The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Daisy Jones and the Six sucks. If you like it, you should probably stop listening to this podcast because we have nothing in common. Actually, tell me why you like it. Maybe try to sell me on it. Chris and I watched the first episode. And I said, should we do the second episode? Just because I wanted to keep making fun of it because it was so fucking bad. And it was just it's a show that makes you, that already thinks you care about the characters, even though none of them are famous. I don't know any of them. I have nothing like sometimes a show you can almost care about a character early because you know this actor and you're like, oh, I'm going to be invested in this because none of these people you recognize, there's nothing about them that is likable about any of them. You see them aged like 20 years ahead. They look younger than they do in the scene where they're young. The main guy is too thin. He looks like he should be on The Walking Dead as not a person that's like survived, but one of the walkers. He's too disturbingly corpsey. He keeps looking like a corpse to me. That's no shade. He's a beautiful man now. He's put on a little weight, but I don't get the attraction. I don't get how he's like, Billy is the cool guy around town. I hate that this woman who has never once, we haven't heard her sing except one time in the shower, she goes to concerts. Oh, this is the fable that we all convince ourselves about. This is what we want to believe about musicians, is that if you like music enough, you can make it. So this girl goes to shows and she's in the audience and she's always just like feeling the music. And then she meets these musicians that she's been going to see and they're like, I've seen you in the crowd.
Oh, God.
You're not there for the band members. You're there for the music. And she's like, you get me. And then this girl who has never sang has only scribbled some fucking lyrics in a notebook and took piano lessons when she was a kid, which we haven't seen any evidence of. She's walking by a place and it says, a lone piano or something. It says two words like lone piano on this board. And she walks in, she kind of looks in the window. It's like, I wish I could someday. I wonder if she's gonna by the end of the episode. Then of course she walks in because her boyfriend has just told her that he's the main guy and she's never gonna be nothing. And she pushes him and says, I'm the main thing. I'm a star. And he goes, okay, weirdo. I've never heard you sing, so this is weird that you suddenly want to be a star. How am I supposed to glean that? I was trying to bring you into my songwriting process because I do know that you're talented in writing, but you've never sang before. So then she goes into this place, and of course she goes to the mic, and she has a perfect voice, perfectly trained, and plays the piano. It's so good. And I'm just tired of it. That's not how anything works. It's giving people false expectations. It's giving girls a dream that cannot be realized that way. It says nothing of any hard work. It just shows if you like music enough, you can be a musician. It's so bad. I need you to watch it. I need to keep watching it. But I will say that Chris said to me, he goes, we're not watching episode 2. He goes, this show is so bad that if you told me you watched the rest of the season and it was the best show you had ever seen and it completely turned around, I still wouldn't watch it. Because it is not good. There's no redemption after this first episode. Now, if you like the show, I want to hear why, and I am open.
God.
I am open to it. I am open to why this is something you like.
If anybody admits they like the show after that, they're insane.
I mean, but some people like this saccharine shit, and I don't
on
get
our
like
girls
some people
chat.
like to be. I went nuts.
Kirsten's like, here's my impression of Daisy Jones.
Oh, she's
like, hey guys, you want to hear a story? Are you ready for it? I don't know if you can take it. All right, I'll tell you if you guys think you can handle it.
Oh
Sit
my
down.
God, I gotta keep watching it. I have to keep watching it.
Hate watch.
I haven't
hate
felt
watch.
this like kind of this energy coming out of me feels
This
good.
is great. I want to
It
assign.
feels good to watch.
I want to assign you a
watch it,
show
Brian?
I want to assign you a show or a movie so that you can just tell me how much it sucks. Like Dungeons and Dragons, everybody seems to like, and I watched it. I could not stop laughing in the theater because I thought parts of it were so bad. I would love for you to see that and give me your take.
Let's start watching things we hate that people, but it has to be things that people like that we go, how are they liking this? Horrible Bosses for me was another one. I walked out of the theater. I don't understand how anyone
I have
lied to that much
The
about
menu. Everybody raved about the menu. It was terrible.
That the preview for that looked good, but I didn't believe that Anna Joy Taylor eats, so I wasn't able to watch it. I was like, this premise is already out of the realm of
spoiler alert.
possibilities.
But the way that they solve the problem is, by the way, did you remember that you liked cheeseburgers? That's how they solve the problem in the movie.
I don't. Okay,
you've never seen the movie.
Spoiler alert.
I said spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Okay, well, I definitely am going to watch more Daisy Jones and the Six because I just realized I need more things to make fun of because it's so dumb.
Let's watch Daisy Jones and the Six.
Okay, let's keep watching Daisy Jones and the Six. Everyone, you need to watch the first episode. See if you agree with me, and if you like the show, tell me what to like about it because I'm actually going to try, and I'm not going to completely write it off like I do most things, even though I am incensed.
What's it on?
And if you did like it, I still would be friends with you. I didn't mean to say don't listen to the podcast. I still like you. There's tons of things I like that you would hate, i.e. a Columbine book that I signed this weekend. By the way, someone brought a Columbine book to the meet and greet, a tattered book called Columbine that I've recommended by David Cullen, and I got to sign a Columbine book. The rest of the people in the line were deeply confused. Most people in line do not listen to the podcast, had no idea why I was signing a book called Columbine, but I did write in the book, it was meant to be a bombing. Love, Nikki. And so, and I stood for a while thinking, like, what can I write in this book? Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast. We'll be back tomorrow with Brian, Anya, and Noah. Don't be and just give Daisy Jones one episode of a chance.